Hello everyone, it's Linda at Filming Studio. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back today with another beautiful Friday freebie from Cara Brand & Creations. Every Friday, Cara generously shares an A4 digital sheet on her Facebook page, which is called Cara Brand & Friends. And I'll put the link to both Cara's Facebook group and of course her Etsy shop down below. So let me show you the freebie and the other items that I've pulled out to use for today's project. So this was the Friday freebie. So we've got a lovely tag, a pocket, some beautiful butterflies and some labels. And this coordinates with a kit that Cara's got in her Etsy shop at the moment, which is called Tickets. And she's made it up using her collection of antique tickets that she's collected over the years. So I've just got a wee part of it here. I've got a wee tear sheet and she's got this in different colours, but I wanted that one. And then somewhere or other I have got, yes, in this box I have already cut out some butterflies and some labels, so these, and then these tickets which are from the main kit. So I've got those to play with. I have got some fussy cut birds and flowers of my own from my own stash. And finally, not quite finally, I've got this, which is, and I hope it's showing up, it's a cream A4 piece of paper. It's a dot grid, but it's yellow. Not a bright yellow, a muted yellow. And if anybody's interested, I got this from a UK stationery shop called Paper Chase, and it's a couple of years ago now. So you may not be able to get it, but it was a great pad because it had this yellow dot and then it had, I think, green lines. It had a blue grid. It had red. It was a grid, but it wasn't a squared grid. It was kind of an oblong grid, and there was something else just with a border around. So I thought it was a very useful thing to have for junk journaling and got it. Anyway, that's what I've got. And finally, I have also pulled out some of my Tim Holtz Small Talk labels. So that's where we are. So I'll pop the bits away that I don't need at the moment. Okay, so the first look at this is it's a tag and a pocket. And your first thought is obviously, oh well, I'm going to cut the pocket out and stick it on the tag. But I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I am just going to cut this out. Now bear with me, I didn't want to, I printed two, I didn't want to print yet another one. So I'll just cut this out now and then cut it on the, might need those, cut it on the guillotine to straighten it up to be sure. That one's going to be hidden, so I can cut that up. And I think I need to come in a wee bit closer, sorry. Okay, we'll park the butterflies, and I am going to cut this off now. Can you see it's got a tiny little chamfer there, so I'm actually just going to cut it down and straighten it up because I think that'll be easier. So let's cut that there, and then, as I say, I'm going to take just a tiny little bit off to make the top straight. That's it. Same again here. Okay, so I will cut that on the marks that are there. Right, so that's that bit. Get rid of the rubbish. And then I've got to chop this tag down as well. So while I'm doing that, I will give the Scottish weather report as usual and tell you that actually it was quite warm today, and Mr. Mac and I have taken advantage of that, and we've been out for a walk in the local woods, and they're absolutely wonderful at the moment. They are carpeted with bluebells, just glorious. In the late winter it's snowdrops, and in the late spring it's these wonderful sea of bluebells, just beautiful. So that was good for the soul this morning, and it was sunny and warm, so that was good. Of course it's clouded over now, but we had a little bit of time. Okay. Oh, made a mess of that. Let's just trim that up a wee bit more. All right. So what I'm going to do is use my tag template now, as I've cut these a bit strangely. So let's do it on the back and not get confused. I really must clean this up. It's covered in glue. Hopefully it doesn't show up too badly on the video. Right. So I have the tag and I have what should be the pocket that would go on the bottom there. But I've decided I'm going to turn it around this way. I'm going to make this into a kind of little journaling spot. So I do want to just put a score in there. So I will do that. Okay, yep, that works. Fold that over. Right, so my idea is that I'm going to attach that at the back like that, and then this here, and it will be a journaling spot. And there won't be a pocket as such here. So the next thing I want to do is get my yellow spotty paper, and I'm rather hoping I might get away with some scraps for a bit of it. Maybe for this one. Yup. Now, I don't need to cover this bit, and I don't need the paper to go right up there. I'm going to turn that back and then glue it on like this. So I'm just hoping that I've got a straight line. That would be too much to hope for, wouldn't it? Okay, there's a wee perforated bit as well, so I'll take that off. Okay. So long as I've got one right angle, I'm happy enough, because I'll just line it up there. Right, let us get the glue book and the stick. And give this a good coating of glue. So I'm just folding that little extra bit out the way for a moment because I don't want to get ooh-hoo on it. I'll explain why in a minute. So this is my right angle. All right. That's not too bad. Okie dokie. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just cut around this. Because it's a nice stiff card, I've printed this out on a stiff, matte photo card. I can rest my scissors against it and use that as a guide for cutting out. Alrighty, that works. That's good. Okay, and there's room for this to tuck in without getting caught up in the next bit. Great stuff. Okay, so unfortunately I think I'm going to have to break into the next piece of paper. I'm being a bit mean with it because I'm not sure I can get it again. Sorry, let me just cut these out the way because they're getting in my way, and I'm hoping this is going to be the right size for a 1 inch punch. Sure it will be. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I'll just pop those in there, keep them safely out my way. Okie dokie, so the tag. I'll take this little perforated bit off again. and then use that corner. Okay. So that's where that's going. Back in with the glue stick. Get that lined up nicely, okie dokes. And with any luck, that should come out nice and straight. No, I felt myself mess up there. Okay. I'll maybe just pop that through the trimmer. I mean, it doesn't matter what size these come out at. It's all arbitrary. So I'll pop him out the way up. May need a bit of that later, we'll see. So I'll probably need to sort these corners out again. Yeah. All right. And I'm not putting a hole in my tag this time. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I've got an idea for what I want to go on the top. So that's me got, oh, that's me got a wrinkle. It would be at the top, wouldn't it? That's all right, I can live with that. Okay. So this is how it's going to look now, like that and like that. So I think I'm kind of debating whether I want to distress this or not. Maybe just the tiniest touch. I had thought about doing it with you know, maybe a grey, but in the end I've kind of come back to my usual preferred colour, which is gathered twigs. I'll try not to be too long at this because I know it's boring. All right, oh look, that's all waggly. Ah! So much for I'll cut a straight line. Do you know what? Which is the waggly bit? Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? Okay, so that means I need to redo this corner again. Ah. All right. Right. As we were. I say I really admire the girls on YouTube who just seem to be able to cut a straight line without blinking, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I never seem to quite manage it. That bit's getting covered up, so I don't need to worry about it. Missed a bit of glue off of there. That's us. Right, where are we? Oh, the bottom's crooked too. Ah. Okay, from now on I will just use the guillotine. You see, that was me trying to save us all a little bit of time. I thought, oh, well, I'll just cut it straight with the scissors, but that didn't quite happen. Anyway, there we are. All right, so now I've got a cup of tea. Mr. Mac has brought me a cup of tea. He always manages just to land it on my desk just as I'm about to start filming, so bear with me. Okay, I've glugged it down. Apologies. I'm just reaching over out now to get some red tape, which I should have got out earlier. Right. Okay. So I've got my tag. I've got what was the pocket, but it's now going to be a little foldy on bit there. I'm thinking that probably the very best way to put this on is going to be with red tape. So that way I think we'll get good adhesion and no danger of it falling off. This stuff gums up your scissors quite a bit, and I had a special pair of scissors with red handles, and they were to be my red tape scissors, which was fine until I lost them. I have no idea where they are. So, but I use WD-40 for glue removal. I put it on my mat, I put it on my scissors. It seems to work quite well. Right. Let's pop that on there. And about that. Just do that. Okay, so that does that. Alrighty, so I want to cover that up, and what I'm going to do with that is use a bit of this, I think. Actually, do you know what? I'm just wondering, I think it might be just a little bit too light, and I do have another piece of this printed onto card, so I'm going to use that. Okay, so I'm just going to tear this with the tear ruler. Yeah, why not? And I just want to make sure it's big enough to cover this bit that we want covered. Do a little bit of distressing, just lightly, very lightly. And then I think we can put it on like that, and that will cover the hinge. Yeah, that's okay. That'll work. That will work. So you see, I do always print it out twice, because then if I need an extra bit, I've got it ready to go. So I think what I'll do, I'll line this up at the bottom. Go onto here, and then we can smooth it down. That's fine. And then just cut this little bit off at the top. And I think we can trust me to at least manage this bit straight, don't you? Yeah. I think for all intents and purposes we can call that straight. Okay, so that's got our structure. That's us. So what I want to do now is a wee bit of decorating, and I know what I don't have. Oh, it's on my trolley beside me. I want some music paper. Just a little bit of this music paper to make a nice contrast. That'll do. Ooh. This is really interesting. This has obviously been a tutor's one because there's various notes made on it. Okay, so I think what I want to do is put a little bit of this here, and I'm going to put, I thought we'd have a birdie on the front as a focal point. But before I do that, I realise I want to use the tickets. Sorry, I'm going round in circles. I thought I'd like to have a ticket at the top of the tag there. And then I thought, I can't decide whether to use a small one or not. I think that would work. Just a little something as a, you know, like a little hinge. So let's maybe go with that for the big one. If I get these on now, then I can be sure that they're covered up when I collage. So they've just got a couple of little white bits to take out. So I was wondering what other news I have for you, but really not much. Life is just going quietly on in this little corner of Scotland. Nothing much changes. That's okay, because it gives me plenty of time to craft, and that can't be anything but good. So we'll just distress these a wee bit. It's funny, when I turn that over, it was still white on it. Isn't that odd? Okay. I'm hoping there's enough on my sponge. I don't really want to have to. Right, so I'm going to put this little one on like this, and that'll be, if you like, a sort of a little tiny tab. That's a good word, a tab. Okey-dokes. So don't want it to stick out past the main bit of the back there, because I think if I do that it'll get tatty very quickly, but that's fine there, isn't it? And then I think we'll put this one in just so that it's kind of in the right place. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. Okay. We'll just eyeball that in there. Close it up. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. I've got glue on my smoother. It'll be fine. Right. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's this. Let's take that and fold it over. All right, so I've got tags. Back to where I was, which was decorating this up. So I think I fancy him. I think probably about there. And then I think you'll need possibly a label, but I think also let's put a little bit of this music paper underneath and see how that looks. So I think if I just tear around the four sides, it should give me something to work with then. In fact, I think I'm going to leave it at 3 because that will give me a bit to hold on to. Right, so what I think about that, but maybe just a wee bit shorter, yeah? Okay, so if that goes there, and I just want to overlap my ticket a bit, so that's okay. Then let's see where Mr. Bird's going to go. About there, but I think we're going to need to do something else with him as well. Let's get the music paper down. Just a tiny bit of distress. Okay, and yeah, I'm just kind of not liking the way that branch is kind of hanging in midair. That's a shame, isn't it? That wasn't quite how I intended it to be, but I think we'll go with it. We'll just go with it and see what it looks like. Try not to agonize too much about these things. Okay. He'll be fine like that. I'm sure he will. I think about there. And in there. And then I'll just need to lop off a little bit of tail. So if you are of the sensitive nature, look away now. Okay, it's done. Didn't feel a thing, honestly. So that's that. Now, something for the front else as well. Probably one of those, I think. And I would just give it the tiniest little brush over with the Distress ink, just to take the white off of it. Yes, I think that will be fine, and it'll need some sort of a word, but I'll get the label on and worry about words afterwards. That's great. Okay. So that's got a front. So now this I had really intended to be some journaling space, so I don't want to put an awful lot on it, and the same here. Now I realise I was a little bit too quick with this. Hopefully I can pull it back up a bit. Yeah, good. Right, so what I want to do is get some more of my yellow dot paper. A scrap there and a scrap there. Okay, so I think that will go in there. And I'll just give it a little tear. There it is. Let's get that wee perforated bit off again. I just want to tuck it here under this, under the ticket. So that's all right. Maybe just take the tiniest amount off this way. All right. And let's just jiggle the bottom up a little bit as well. Okay. So if that were to go in like that, yes, right, do it. I'm doing it. That's kind of what I wanted to achieve. Yes. Okay. So just pop a little more glue under the ticket, smooth it down. That's it. I like my collagey bits to kind of touch each other and not just float in midair. I've just grabbed him. Oh, do you know, I think he'll do. I think he'll do very nicely. Right, let's do it. I think I need, ooh, yuck. More clean paper. Okay. So I'm going to pop him on there, like, yeah. Am I? Wait a minute. Just wondering about this. I'll just see if I take that bit off. It might work a bit better. Yeah. That's okay. That's fine. Right. He's going there, and I do have just a tiny little bit of him to nip off, so look away now. Let's hold on, a little bit there. Okay, done. Job done. So I have that. So I want a wee bit of decoration in here, and I was thinking, what have I got? I've got some flowers. That one, and I've got that one. I think I like this one. And I think if I just take it off about there, that will be absolutely perfect. Oh. Okay, that plan came together well. Good. So again, I'm just going to, that bit just fits nicely over the ticket there. And again, it's just going to come outside the edges of the page, so I can just trim it off. All right. So we've got that there and that there. Now then, that's done. Just a little something on the back, I think. Oh, just a little something. So I don't know whether another flower would do it. I think that's too much. I do want there to be, you know, room to write. Bird. He's all right, isn't he? Yeah, I think that flower's just a wee bit too pale, so we'll put him out the way. And I think I'm going to just go straight on with this wee bird. Okay. So if I position him down here, I will just need to take off a little bit of tail again. So, look away. Job done. You can look back. Okay, well, we're steaming on here now, I think. The only thing I've got to say is I really don't like that label and the way I've coloured it up, but I don't think putting any more. Oh no, too much. Too much. That won't go. I'm thinking butterflies too much as well as the bird. Oh, well, actually, isn't that interesting? That was the last thing I expected to look right. But I quite like that. Just wish I hadn't been so daft and stuck the label on. Wait a minute. Got more labels. Let's see. Don't like that one. A bit messy. There's another one. Just the distressing just doesn't look right. It just instead of looking subtle, it just looks a bit dirty. So I think I'm just going to stick that over the top of that one. No mistakes, only creative opportunities for embellishment. You've heard me say that a few times, I know. Okay. Okay. Right, I think the only other thing I want to do is just put some sort of a word on there. I don't actually think that needs anything else. We're on the home straight. Good. Let's see where we're at. This pad comes with white and black, so I think the black's going to be the one. And I think I want something, you know, a fairly long thing, because live, create, tell the story. That's quite nice. Hold on tight to your dreams. I'm just kind of work out how that would fit in. Adventure awaits you. That's 3 words. The reason I'm thinking about 3 words is because I think it'll go neatly on the 3 lines. Let's take adventure off anyway. Oh, actually, maybe that's all right. That's all right. Let's do that. Oh, yeah. That is okay, I think. So let's clear the decks down and see what we've got. that's it. I think actually I'm quite happy with that. I had a couple of little mishaps along the way, but we've fixed them. So that's just got our front cover, our little tag flip there, over it goes. We've got space to journal here, and more space for a few notes there if we want them. So yeah, I think I'm the same. I'm happy with that. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Huge thanks to Cara again for a lovely Friday freebie, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.